Thanks, Lunga. Hello, Coach. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Kobus. How are you?
No, I'm good, thanks. Coach, just Lunga mentioned now reflecting on Sunday on yesterday's game. Are you are you concerned or not really? Obviously, the Bulls had a very good run in the competition and then lost the last two matches. Are you worried that there's a bit of momentum lost?
No, not at all. Not at all. It sounds funny for me to say that because we changed the team, holistically this past weekend, and we knew guys were going to be rusty. So for us, it was about guys getting a hit out, and there's certain things, like I said, we wanted to see in the game, and we saw those things. So no, we're in a good place for this weekend.
You mentioned that last week mentioned that there's quite a few injuries at this stage. Uh,
Yeah.
just what's the latest? And somebody like Harold, how serious is his injury?
Yeah, so we moved on from where we were, and I mean now we up to 20 players that are not available for selection because of injury, and then you take out the box, and then we left, with what we've left with.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Lingo.
Hello, Coach. Just a couple of questions quickly. Your defense held out very well when you lost those two players to yellow cards, and then afterwards we heard that Harold was taken to hospital. What's the situation with him?
Yeah, so he fractured his nose.
Ish, that's a big setback. And in terms of your general play, Yaku at number 10, what was your thinking? How did he look? Is he and Buta? Did Buta end at 10? I couldn't figure out, or did he stay at move to 15?
No, I mean, realistically speaking, I would have loved for Jax to have come off because he had a niggle in the game. However, because of Devon's injury, he was forced to stay on, for 80. So we're gonna have to wait a bit and see if Jakes will be available for the weekend. Yeah, so Buta did finish at 15 and Jakes did finish at 10 to answer
All
your
right.
question.
Okay, just one last question. In terms of I don't want to look ahead too far forward because I know you're strictly sticking to this weekend. But
Yeah.
any chance you might be losing, like Johan Grobler, for example, maybe to the box again for the Argentina games?
Oh, we'll hear tomorrow. So that's another thing. So we're not too sure who they're gonna try and pick from us. So we'll only name our team internally tomorrow. So we're waiting just to hear what's gonna happen around that.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
PB, thank you for the opportunity. It's difficult not to ask what's going to happen next because, I mean, like you said, you've got plenty players not available. Will we see a increase in URC players for the weekend? Because obviously you said previously for Jake White, it's all about winning.
I don't think it's just for Jake. I think it's for everyone now. You had the playoffs. It's the last four teams. So I think everyone who's part of it wants to win without a doubt. And again, like you said, I think it's grossly unfair to call certain players URC players. We all one squad. We all in the URC. We're all in the Champions Cup, and now it's become one campaign. So yeah, we'll pick the strongest available side that we have available, and that's that.
Will there be any change on your game plans in that on the field, or is that dependent on the players that you can select?
Let me put it like this: there'll be change to the team because of some of the injuries that we picked up along the way. And going into the Sharks, yes, we saw a couple of things, that we'd like to maybe expose. So I mean, there's nothing to it, and they probably saw a couple of things from us as well that they probably want to expose. So no, man, it's not gonna be one of those games where the coach doesn't want to share too much. It is what it is. We played each other on the weekend, and now we must play each other again. And we'll both give it our best effort. That's for sure. And we're at home. We're confident at home. We've got the best track record in the Currie Cup in terms of the team playing at home. So that's why I'm saying I'm not too perturbed about what happened on the weekend. We knew we had a plan and we stuck to the plan. So yeah, we're in the right spot. We're in the right spot.
My final question, would you say that the margin that you lost to the Sharks could easily be cancelled by being at home and playing in good weather?
I don't know about cancelled. The Sharks did incredibly well to win the game at home. We were in the game possibly for 70 minutes, so we know what we need to try and alleviate. And I mean, to have played with 13 people for 10 minutes, that gives us massive confidence in going forward, knowing that we can, perform even if we do lose one or two players.
Great stuff, sir.
Hi, Phiwe. My question was also one of my questions was also going to sort of look at the conditions, because playing at 5 o'clock at Loftus is going to be quite different from what you faced at Kings Park over the weekend with that torrential downpour. Do you think that sort of changes things a little bit?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, the approach is very different. The Sharks are at altitude, so in that second half they played away from the line out and they kept a lot or kicked a lot of contestables. So let's see. I mean, if they come up with the same game plan, which I'm sure they will, or at least that will be part of their plan. Let's see if they can keep the ball in play as long as possible at altitude, and we'll plan accordingly as well.
And just on the sort of obviously you do have a lot of players absent, but you've also been able to build a lot of depth throughout this campaign. I mean, how important is that going into this game?
No, it goes without saying, and that's possibly why we did what we did, so that when we do get to the playoff stages, we're not all of a sudden hit with unexpected rotations or injuries. Where now we're used to this. So, we haven't fielded the same team back to back the whole competition. So for us, it doesn't bother us at all.
Cool. Thanks. Good luck.
Thanks, Dylan.
Cool. And then Brendan. Brendan. Brendan, you're not on mute, but we just can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, sorry guys. Phiwe, I was just going to ask from a personal point of view. You got this task, it's your first Currie Cup campaign. It's the beginning of the season. Just personally reflecting on this, it's now got to the point where there's all this talk about URC players joining all the teams and who there. But from you personally, just how good has it been, getting to this point, and in your coaching career, what have you learned over the last season?
Yeah, that's probably a good question, Brendan. If I had had time to sit back and reflect, maybe I might give you a better answer. Honestly speaking, there hasn't been time to sit back and say, shit, forgive me. We got to this point, and it is what it is. I mean, I'll probably sit at the end of the day, and like I said, it actually helps to have Jake around because he reminds you of certain things. Don't take certain things for granted. I mean, we've been winning quite well up to this point, and the last two games haven't gone our way, and we need to turn that around. So it's been a lovely journey. I've enjoyed every bit of it. I've enjoyed the rough times, the highs, the lows, and the people I work with have made it incredibly worth it as well, because it's a bunch of special people, and we want to create good memories.
And just finally from me, I suppose it's at one of those points now where you play the whole season to get to a playoff. You don't play the whole season to lose a playoff. So if you guys, it would be incredibly disappointing to do all this hard work and not get through to the final now, even whatever team the other opposition picks. So that's definitely, I suppose, your goal now at the moment.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And again, we're fortunate enough to have played so well that we get to a point where we have a home playoff, and we're gonna give it our best crack. That goes without saying. I mean, we had good meetings this morning, or at least this afternoon. So when we come back tomorrow, we know exactly what needs to happen, and the game is not going to be won in the week. We need to come at 5 o'clock, and we need to really get stuck into it and make sure that we get the result.
Cheers. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you. And then Andesiwa's question is, can you just take us through your experience at the Bulls, given the fact that you've come a long way to reach this level? And also, is your mandate still the same with the current season?
Yeah, so Andy, that's a good question as well. Yeah, the mandate stays the same. The mandate is for us to win games. That's what we're about at the Bulls. And at the minute, we've reached the playoffs. So now it's everything geared towards this weekend. Sharks have a quality side. They'll have, Jason Jenkins will come back next week. They'll try and bolster the side that way. A guy like Swayze Venter, I know he's captained them in the past. We saw that they had an injury to their 13, so either Swayze will come in there or Christy Hobler. Whether Makazole is available for them or he goes off to Argentina. They've got a couple of options that they have. I mean, a guy like Edwin Keita probably comes back into the fold. Yeah, so they will go stronger and stronger, in terms of what they're doing. And like I said, the biggest thing for us is to stick to our guns. We know exactly what needs to happen. Yeah, and the experience has been absolutely wonderful. But I'm not here for experiences. I'm here to win games and win cups.
All right, cool. Gentlemen, are we all covered? Any follow-up questions? All right, cool. Silence is golden. Coach P, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Luca. Cheers.